Welcome back to another episode of Let's Grow Podcast, where we explore the highs and the lows of entrepreneurship with some of the most successful and inspiring local business leaders in our communities. Each episode, we sit down with a guest who has taken the leap into entrepreneurship, whether it was just starting a company from scratch, maybe taking over the family business, or just pivoting from the traditional career path. We dive into their stories, their strategies, their lessons learned, uncovering the secrets to their success, and also the obstacles that they've overcome. So today we have Susan Cranford with Texas Fast Pools. Yep. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. So let's dive in, Susan, and just kind of tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Newfoundland, Canada. But
Newfoundland?
No. If you can say understand, you can say Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
It's spelled Newfoundland.
Okay.
It's all one word, and it's spelled Newfoundland, but it's pronounced Newfoundland.
Newfoundland, Canada.
Yeah.
Okay, so what brought you out to Texas?
Well, we moved to the U.S. in 2011,
okay,
and we landed in Virginia first. Todd is an engineer, and he got brought down for work.
Yeah.
And we were in Virginia, had great support system, friends, everything was great. And then Todd upended and said, I want to move to Texas. And I was like, well, okay, let's go to Texas.
With no plan, no...
Well, he could work from anywhere because he traveled for work.
Yeah.
And even when we lived in Newfoundland, he'd been back and forth to Texas, absolutely loved Texas, and just thought this is where we should be as a family.
So why Wylie? Like, what brought you to Wylie, Texas, right? Because it's a small town that even myself, maybe we've been here now 10 years. I didn't even know Wylie existed before we were looking for other places than Mesquite to live in.
So we didn't start out thinking we were going to live in Wylie.
Okay.
It was when we got through all the fluff of deciding we were moving to Texas. I said, okay, fine, where? And he said, I picked the state, you picked the city. And again, he could work from anywhere. And I said, okay, Dallas. And he said, okay. And he said, but why Dallas? And I said, because when I was a little girl growing up in Newfoundland, I watched Dallas with my mom every Friday night and swore I was going to grow up and live at South Fork Ranch with the U.S. So he said, okay. He said, I'll take you to Dallas. And when we got here, the kids were younger. We didn't have quite as many animals. We just had 2 dogs and a parrot. So we stayed in our RV because it was summertime, and we traveled all over North Texas, just checking the place out. The very first place we stayed was in Caddo. That's a lie. We stayed in Frisco, went to Caddo.
Okay.
And the more research I did about DFW in North Texas, Wylie kept popping up as the most family-friendly, the best school system. And it just seemed to be everything that we were looking for.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, we need to focus on Wylie.
Yeah. So doing that, what did you do? What were y'all working at before? Because you came from Canada, you moved to the U.S., then you moved to Texas. And although he's an engineer, so where did Texas Fast Pool start? Like, what did y'all do before that? And then whose bright idea was like, we'll just start a pool company, I mean, why not?
So Todd worked for a company in Virginia, that the company that brought him down, they got bought out by a big corporate company, and they kept him on.
Okay.
He became a global director with that company in corporate America.
Yeah.
And he was traveling all the time, and I was basically a stay-at-home mom. When the boys started preschool, I said, well, I need to follow them, so I started teaching preschool. They graduated out of preschool. They went to a Wylie ISD elementary school. Just so happened they were hiring for a principal's secretary. I applied. I got that one. Todd was teasing me that I was just going to follow him through school. And I said, well, maybe I will.
Hey, why not?
Plans changed. Finished my time with Wylie ISD. And then COVID hit. Todd got grounded from traveling. And we were floating in the pool one day. And I said to him, I was like, we should start a pool company. And he said, what? I said, we should start a pool company.
I don't think he said what. I'm pretty sure he said something else.
I mean, it was a little more colorful if you know us. But he was like, that's random. And I said, not really. I said, I've always loved the water.
Yeah.
We grew up on an island. There was only one pool company on the island. Todd worked at it when he was 16 years old because his best friend's family owned it.
Yeah.
Then when he was in Southern Ontario, he, would help. In Virginia, we had a pool. He did all the work on our pool. So he had been around it and he knew. And it just seemed to come full circle.
Yeah.
And so we started, and I didn't want Todd traveling anymore. I enjoyed when he got stuck home with us from COVID, but I could see that he wasn't fulfilled. So he needed something, he needed an outlet. Yeah. Todd has to be productive. So I figured this was the best of both worlds. I'd keep him home and start a dream.
So how has the experience been? So how long have y'all been in business now?
6 years.
6 years. So from floating in the pool with, hey, we're going to start a pool company to today, like what has the journey looked like starting out?
Strictly, honestly, it just started out as something to give Todd a purpose, something to do. And he just started cleaning pools and maintaining them and stuff like that. One day he got a call from someone and said they wanted to add a water feature to their existing pool. Yeah. We hadn't even thought about doing anything like that. This really didn't start as a long-term plan. It was
keep him busy.
It was keep him busy. And so he, got off the phone with that person and came out and asked me, and I said, well, can you do that? And he said, well, yeah. He said, it's easy. And I was like, well, do it.
Yeah, it's easy.
I mean, you got to understand Todd. If anybody has met Todd, you understand he is brilliant, and the way his mind works, there's nothing he can't do. And it's not even a point of figuring it out. Like, he already has that innate ability to know how to do things. And I said, well, do it. And he said, okay. And in the downtime, he went and got trained with all the major manufacturers in pool company, Hayward, Jandy, Pentair, Raypak, all of them, became warranty centers, became certified by all of them. Todd is a perpetual learner. He has to, not only does he have to keep his hands busy, he has to keep his mind busy. Yeah. And so he learns all the time as much as he possibly can. And it grew from there, and then the reputation took off. I had ended up going through some health issues. Couldn't really help him the way I wanted to. But when I recovered from that and got back on my feet, then I said, okay, well, I need to, pardon the pun, dive in with you and help. So I then started with the community outreach and the public relations and the marketing, and I became the face of the company.
Yeah. And he's okay with that.
Oh, yeah, that's the way he wants it. He doesn't know. He
doesn't want to do all the networking and the community events and everything like that.
And I love it. I'm very much a people person. I love to be around people. I get my energy from people. That's how I sustain my functionality.
So 6 years now, what has maybe been the hardest challenge within the 6 years?
It's the market. Okay. It is definitely the market. We're in Texas. The weather's amazing. That's not an issue. The price of parts and labor and we do the labor, but just supplies and parts has skyrocketed. Yeah. And that is a challenge for us because we are a luxury item. As much as I wish we weren't, it is a luxury item. Yeah. But you only can reach a certain price point. Yeah. So the only thing that can change is your margins. And the margins are low to begin with. So.
And that's good that you brought that up, right? You are a luxury, right?
Yes.
And with that, as you grow a business in that type of, demographic where, you seek a certain, people seek a certain price level, you want to only build a certain quality type product and deliver that service. Like, you don't want to just go dig a hole and throw some water in it, right? So how have you been able to find those clients, right? Because a lot of businesses, they close down because they're closed-minded. They don't, want to go out and prospect or market or advertise. And you have to do that, but to a very certain audience.
Well, I focus, when we put our house on the market in Virginia, I told the real estate agent the same thing. We had a pool, and she said, well, you've already cut the market in half. And I said, well, do 100% towards that half. Yeah. So that's what I do. I put 100% towards the people who want what we offer. Yeah. There are certain people out there that are happy with not our product. Yeah. It doesn't make it wrong. It's just I won't change the way we do things. We have a certain level of expectation of ourselves. Our name is attached to it. My name means absolutely everything. I am heavily involved in the community. I want people to know I have my phone with me all the time. When you call, I answer it. Not a staff member, not an automated system, me. Yeah. And I don't want to change that. I don't want to skirt around from people. So I won't reduce the quality that we offer. So I have to market to people who understand that and are looking for that.
Yeah.
And the majority of people, even though we may be above their price point, once they contact us and we explain our process, they either wait until they have the budget and come back to us, or they just go with us. Yeah. They up their budget and go with us right away because they see the value in what we do.
Yeah. So how many pools do you think y'all build? Because you don't only just build. You build the pool. You can service. You offer maintenance, right? You offer renovations. Where in your business do you see, okay, well, if you have these three, and maybe you do more, but let's just say these three, where's your clientele percentage-wise, you think, building a pool versus renovating a pool? Because most people don't even know that they can renovate their pool, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, heck, the hole's already dug. Yeah. You just got to go in and just break some shit, right? And start changing it, just like a house. And then, like, your maintenance. Like, where do you see your business, or where do you see it wanting to scale more into?
I love the renovation side. Okay. Simply because people usually call us, they already have a pool, they're in despair, things are not working, it's old, it's tattered. We can go in, we can fix it, and it renews their love for the asset that they already have. Yeah. And it's a quicker turnaround, obviously, than new builds. I enjoy. New build is a lot longer process. A new build with us is 4 to 6 months, okay. And we're very upfront with that. Yeah. And we are very strict on cure times. We're very strict. We won't, if the ground is not stable, it needs piers. Yeah. And I mean, if you go, we're certified pool foundation specialists with Chance Hubble. If you put those helical piers underneath your pool when you're building it, it's a 30-year warranty that that shell is not going to move. This is North Texas. If you've walked outdoors in the summer, you've lost your keys down in one of the cracks in your front lawn. So think about that on a bowl that has all plastic connections. Yeah. So there's certain things like that we do that slow us down, but it's done right. And when we leave, you're not calling me back for repairs. Our level of rework is very small. Yeah. Very, very small. And it's usually on something that's outside of our control.
Yeah. So how many pools do you think y'all build on a yearly basis?
On a yearly basis, I won't do any more than 4 projects at a time. Okay. And that includes, so that's not like having 4 new builds, 4 renovations. It's 4 projects because we have a hand in everything, and I don't want to stretch us to the point that we can't be there. We can't oversee things. Mm-hmm. So 4 projects at a time is the extent of what I take. So typically that gives me, and renovations is just a bigger thing because a lot of people already have pools. So I would say probably we're up around 6 a year on builds. Sometimes more, depending. Renovations I have the pipeline full. Yeah. So, I mean, I could be pumping out renovations hand over fist. But
so that's different. That's not included in the 4 projects at a time.
A renovation is, yeah. Okay. If I'm building 4 new pools, I won't take on a renovation.
The renovation, got it.
Yeah. Okay. I will, and I'm very upfront with people about that.
So with that, because your reputation means everything, right? You want to make sure you're answering the phone. So what is your vision for the business? Because, a lot of times that a business owner has a different mindset where maybe their goal is to scale and they just start leveraging all these pieces out, right? And some businesses, even the ones here local, they're like us, right? It's our name, our reputation. We still want to have a hand in it. And we just leverage certain other aspects of the business. So where do you think your vision is to take the company in the long run?
I definitely want to scale Texas Fast Pool. I believe in what we're doing. We do it right. Actually, just about 8 months ago, I started going into other areas, expanding our area, and I quickly decided, no, I'm going to hone back in. I'm going to pull it back in until I have the company infrastructure below me. So we have a construction manager. I have an operations director. So we're now putting pieces in place that we can start to push back out again. Yeah. But I quickly felt that, no, I'm going to be stretched too thin. And not just me personally. our name was going to get stretched too thin.
Yeah.
And I wasn't willing to risk that. So I pulled back, focused more in-house, building our team around us. And now we're going to start scaling. We are currently right now, so if anybody is looking for a job, we're still looking for route people, just regular weekly maintenance. And we're looking for a technical service person.
Okay.
The difference with us is we're not looking for odd job handymen. People that we hire are going to be brought into our company with the aspiration of them moving and building a career with us.
Yeah.
It's not, we don't offer splash and go service. It's a very comprehensive service. You could start with cleaning pools. You could end up as a project manager.
Mm-hmm.
If your aptitude will determine on where you want to go. You literally with us, you are the maker and the keeper of your own success.
Yeah.
We invest in people. We invest in training. We want people to feel that they have as much stake in it as we do.
Yeah.
I understand it's not their name, but I want them to feel the pride that they are a part of something, that they're building something bigger.
Yeah, it's like us when we bring on people, agents or operations, and we tell them, you're not an employee, you're a partner, because we want you invested into our name and do things and talk to customers just as if it was your own. So we tell even agent partners, like, you're an agent partner. You know, it's not you're a buyer's agent or a seller's agent and this and that. No, you're an agent partner is what we call them. So with the market being the biggest challenge, what are y'all hoping for or what are y'all doing differently to still stay relevant? You know, because sometimes markets put businesses out of business, you know.
I think, again, it goes back to our quality. We have a fantastic reputation. Everything we've done has been word of mouth. I've never had a billboard. I mean, I do Facebook and stuff like that, but I literally only got a Google page this year, and I'm getting blasted because I don't ask for Google reviews, and everybody tells me I need to, so I'm going to try to get better about that.
You can still go back and ask clients
in
the past 6 years to give you a Google review.
It's just, I have clients that we started maintaining their pool. We've done their renovation. Now we still maintain their pool. When I go in their backyard, if they see me, they come out and they hug me.
Yeah.
So I'm very relationship oriented. Everything to me is relationships.
Yeah.
I do need to get better in the fact that you're not asking for this as a transaction. This is, let people support you and brag on you. And it's just that honestly is probably my biggest weakness in all of this, is that I don't like to ask people for things that they have no trouble doing, honestly.
Yeah.
So,
and that's good because, you run your business based off of relationships and there's no problem with that. Other people, they do everything. They just throw spaghetti on the wall, see if it sticks. They do billboards, they do postcards, they do mailings, they do
we don't do any
Facebook ads, Google ads. They go pay all the contractor type people, businesses that are running ads and say, we'll give you a referral and you got to pay a referral. Like, there's just so much, right? And sometimes you can just build a good business by being relational and having patience and building those relationships, because when you build 10 relationships and they're great, those people are now part of your team and they're out there spreading the word because you're great, right? Yeah. And then those 10, and it just keeps spreading.
I've had people call me to get quotes or get us to come out and look at something, and they're like, oh, so-and-so that works for you. And I'm like, they don't work for me. And they're like, but they're always recommending you. They're always like pushing your content. And I'm like, they don't work for me. They're a past client.
Yeah.
And they're like, you should hire them. I'm like, I don't have to.
Yeah, I don't have to pay them. Thank you.
But no, for us, it's education.
Yeah.
We educate our clients on what we're doing, how we do it. And this industry needs to change. The pool industry desperately has to change. There is no regulation on pool builders.
Okay.
You can literally start a company, do wrong by someone, close the company, and tomorrow start up another one in a different name, and there's nothing anybody can do to you. Yeah. And that bothers myself and Todd. We call it the tail light special, because once you see their tail lights disappear, they're done with you. Not every company is like it. I'm not saying that, but they are out there because there is no regulation in the pool industry.
So is that the one thing you want to change?
Yes.
Is that it is regulated?
Yep. That is one thing I would love to heavily change.
What do you think it's going to take to do that?
I don't know. I mean, we're involved in local government. Todd is actually on one of the Wylie City boards for construction and stuff like that. And that was his reasoning for getting involved, is that he wants to see what the regulations are right now to see where they need to go. But the pool industry as a whole, certain states are now starting to crack down. Yeah. And I would like to see Texas crack down.
And I think any of our service industries have to be regulated. Like even
it's
roofing.
A huge investment.
You know, it's like with plumbers, right? Plumbers have to get licenses. Electricians have to get licenses.
Exactly.
You know, why not roofers? Why not pool companies? Why not, you know, handymen that are in people's biggest assets?
Yeah, there can be different levels of licensing.
Yeah.
You don't, I mean, we do pool plumbing and home plumbers don't do pool plumbing typically. So no, I don't need to go get a master plumber's license.
Yeah.
But you have to have something that says you have some aptitude. You have some understanding of how a plumbing circuit works.
Yeah.
There's water infiltration, water goes out. I mean, just a basic understanding.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't believe the number of people that don't. They plumb things backwards, valves are in backwards, upside down.
Yep.
And it's like, it's just wrong. This is a huge investment. We've taken over projects where people have been left high and dry because the company go bankrupt and they disappear. They can't contact them. Then they find out it was never permitted. And we've gone in and we've gone to bat and we've gone to fight at Collin County for clients.
Yeah, and that's the hard part, because a lot of companies out there, because it's not regulated, there's no licensing, people get taken advantage of. And you're dropping 100,000 plus on a pool, you take a deposit, and then they run away, and they're done. And
it makes it bad for everybody else who's doing it right.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like with our industry and real estate. I mean, there's so many agents out there, and some are great, some are good, some are average, and some are horrible.
Yeah.
And we come across them all the time. I think real estate is probably one of the easiest industries to get in. I mean, you have a bunch of classroom hours to take, but they're just to pass an exam. But there needs to be, and so what's great is Texas implemented where a newly licensed agent, when they join a brokerage, has to be mentored by somebody in a different level of production for at least the first 3 transactions, because there's just so much crap going on in our industry.
Well, and the legality of purchasing a house and stuff like that is just intense.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But there's none of that with a pool. Like I can literally, right now, if you wanted, I could take that piece of paper and say, pool, Matt Soto, X dollars, you sign it, that's considered a contract. There is nothing. Yeah. There is no legal recourse with that.
So are y'all still doing the plungy stuff?
We are still a certified plungy partner, but we've steered more back into our custom. People just want the custom.
Yeah.
I will still install a plungy. I still recommend the plungy for people who are restricted on space or budget, because the product is built the way that we build our custom pools.
Yeah.
Because when they first approached us, Todd said absolutely not, because we've been approached by other prefabricated products, and we said no. But when we toured the factory for plungy, and they showed us absolutely everything, right down to the aggregate that they use in their concrete. And Todd, being an engineer, got with their engineering department, asked all kinds of questions. Basically, it was an inquisition. And when we left, he said, he said, I would attach my name to one of those.
So what do you think? Okay. What do you think that local businesses, whether it's a pool company or any industry out there, don't do as much that they should do to help build their business, right?
I mean, going across different industries, that's a different... People need to stop looking at dollar signs and start looking at your contact list. Yeah. Because who ends up in your contact list at the end of the day is a lot more important than the number that's in your bank account.
And it's so true. Like, even in real estate, we have coaches that have been preaching this. I tell new agents, I'm like, I don't know who to call. I'm like, okay, open your phone, go to your contacts, scroll all the way to the bottom, or if it's on the top, depending if you're Android or Apple. How many people are in there? Oh, I have 2,000. And so you're telling me
out of 2,000 people,
2,000 people that somehow got into your phone because you put them in there, you can't just call them. And they're like, well, they start making all these excuses. I'm like, well, that's probably why you're not going to succeed.
A lot of that is fear too. It's like me with the Google reviews. It's not a fear thing, but it's like, oh, I feel bad asking for it. It's, you know, it's just one of those little hurdles.
You got to remember, like, you've earned it. I mean, you've installed their pool or maintenance it or whatever, and they're still a client. They didn't sue you, so obviously you did something right.
We have never.
And so you've earned it, right?
Yeah.
You've earned it to go and ask them for it, and most people are thrilled to do it. You know?
Yeah.
You just got to do it.
I know. It's just, it's one of those things. It honestly doesn't mean as much to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, the people who contact me have already heard or seen us.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times people will say to us, oh, I saw you at the animal shelter, or oh, I saw you involved with this, or that's how people know us and meet us. And it's not even the pool side. Yeah. It's that they've met us in a different capacity and somehow we made an impression.
I think that's one thing that business owners need to understand. It's what are you giving back? Where you're at, right? Where your feet stand in that community that you want to be in or grow in is what are you doing? Because you got to think about it. You know, people who give back, however you want to tie it, is sometimes they have the money, the funds to give back, meaning they can have that luxury item or they can have your service or product, even if it's higher than the others. You know, and people just don't understand as business owners, like, give back, because that's how people are going to know.
It makes you feel so good too. When you get involved and you do things, and when you feel good, you do good.
And that's it, right? And it isn't, you don't have to give back to everything that people ask you for. And
not everything is.
Do something that you're passionate about,
exactly.
right? That you
find your passion.
Yeah. It's, hey, dog rescue. It's, you know, food pantries. It could be anything, right? Whatever you feel that resonates, because we all have a story. You got to think almost deep down, like go back to your childhood or go back to something that you overcame and give back to that.
I'm a huge animal person. Everybody knows that. Horses are my love. I absolutely love horses. Yeah. Everything about horses. They're healing. There's not a bad thing about a horse. Texas Therapeutic Riding Center is one of my top that I will always support. I will do whatever I can, whether it's time, donation, attending their events, everything. And I thoroughly enjoy it. And Todd knows, I mean, when gala season is on, I'm on, because I will never turn down an opportunity to dress up. Yeah. But that is one. There's some that, okay, if we got a miss, if we're in the middle of a project, can't get away. But that one, I'm not missing it. Yeah. And then, another horse organization, Horses for Hope, I'm involved with them. And I'm on their board of directors, and we did their arena for them because most pool companies don't do their own work. They subcontract everything out. They're basically GCs. We're not. We do everything. We own our own excavators. We have our skid steers. We do all of that work in-house.
Sometimes you're still sweeping pools and you're cleaning the pools you're having to do all those things, right? Versus being, like you mentioned, I think that's what sets you apart is you are boots on the ground with your company, with your customers versus GCing and say, oh, well, let me go get a hold of this contractor. Oh, let me find out why they didn't show up. Why, let me do this, right?
If there's an issue, it's landing on our shoulders.
Yeah, that's good. So before we wrap up here, we have a few more minutes. What is your favorite thing to do?
In outside the pool industry?
Just anything.
Entertain, cook and entertain.
What do you like to cook?
Everything. I love to bake. I love to cook. Most people, they either prefer cooking or baking. Yeah. I'm both. I absolutely love being in my kitchen. That is my release. If I'm highly stressed, I'll go in my kitchen. I'll just cook anything and everything. And I love people. Yeah. And my love language is feeding people and taking care of people. So when we have pool parties and there's 20 people floating in my pool and I basically ring the dinner bell and say dinner's up, it just brings me joy.
And I have a good friend that does the same, and he tells us, he's like, I only cook for the people I love, or I only cook for the people that I feel like are family. He's like, not everybody gets invited to my house. Not everybody gets invited to me cooking and investing because food is his love language, and so he's just cooking.
Very much so.
So how can people get a hold of you if they want to build a pool, they have a pool that maybe needs some renovating, or they need a new maintenance company?
You can find us on the web at texasfastpool.com. You can call me direct, 540-429-6784. We're on Facebook, Texas Fast Pool. And, I mean, pretty much anywhere. I'm always driving around town. I've had people approach me in Kroger.
Are you on the Kroger?
No,
okay.
I am not. I don't do any marketing like that.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on, Susan. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
And guys, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to like this video. If you have questions about the pool maintenance or pool, anything, put it in the comments and Susan will answer those. And until then, let's grow.